That's all cool right there. That goes where? Into the fender? We should give him a couple little rope things there. And that one too. Maybe. Yeah, that's cool. Hey everybody, welcome back to All Things Jonny. We just spent a few days in the woods. Well, not a few days, I guess like an afternoon and a morning cleaning up all the rest of the trails that I wanted to. And there's more to do. There's way more to do. But for now, we're just going to enjoy what we have down there for the trails. And maybe next week we'll kind of go through and clean out a couple of the foot trails that are there that are like, I guess, more hiking trails than all the trails that I built with the tractor and the flail mower and up till now have kind of been like bare full width, groomed, like national park style trails. We do have some hiking trails too, where it's kind of roughing it a little bit. That generally I go and beat down with the bush saw. Then we got some more bush saw stuff to do, and one of the next videos coming up is the 2 trees that we have down there. The trees that are damaged by beavers. They have to come down. They're unsafe now, and I'm going to show you how to take them down. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a big, dangerous job. Those trees are huge, so there's a lot of safety considerations to be had. But we'll do that then. A couple episodes from now, we're going to take down those big trees. So anyway, today we're just going to clean up this tractor. We're going to grease some fittings. I'm going to talk about the flail mower. But I'm a big proponent that if you borrow something from somebody, that you bring it back to them in better condition than it was. And I always endeavor to do that with any of the equipment that I borrow from my friends or whatever. And as you guys know, my neighbor is extremely generous with all of his tools and his knowledge. And, in my opinion, although, it can definitely handle it, I beat the hell out of this tractor for the last few days. And the flail mower. And, I want to wash it up. I want to grease all the grease nipples that I can get to. I'll check the oil and do that, fuel it up, and then return it over to my neighbor's place. Now, I know that he'll be hauling, I don't know if you can see it on camera right now, there's a big pile of wood behind me up on the road, and that's that's a truckload of firewood that he brought in. He does it every year, and I know that pretty soon he'll be in the mode to transport those logs down to the property where he'll junk and split it. I'm going to configure the tractor so it's ready to do that. So we'll service this flail mower today. We'll get it off the tractor, get his heavy hitch put back on so that he can pull a trailer. So that's basically what we're doing. We're going to give a little TLC to the New Holland, and who knows, if we get this done relatively quickly, we'll bring my new John Deere in here, just give it a little hose off, give it a little bath. It was really dusty in the woods because we had gone through a little bit of a drought in the area. So anyway, let's fire up the pressure washer, give this a once over, then we'll grease some fittings, make sure there's no branches in it, stuck in it, any foliage or whatever, and then we'll probably hose it off one more time. And I also like to rub transmission fluid or something, or some type of an oil. Maybe I'll use an Armor All this time or something over the blue paint. It kind of brings it back to life for a few days. And I might even shampoo the tires just to get a kick out of Dale. And let's fire this sucker up. I'm going to put this coffee away. All right. The good old Honda engine on the pressure washer. Now, I can teach you a little something here. I don't teach often, but this is something I learned, and I guess it's really common sense, but I didn't know this. Like when you first start up a pressure washer and it always goes, like pressure differential, air coming out of it. Before you even start up the motor on your pressure washer, go ahead and just, under the hose's power, the normal PSI that comes out of a garden hose, just go ahead and bleed your line already, like before you even start up the motor. Takes a couple minutes there for all the water and the air to pass through, but you'll hear it stop spitting. Listen. Once you hear it stop doing that spitting noise, ooh, that's cold water. There. Now the lines have bled, and it should work right off the get-go. Let's start this baby up. Good old Honda motor should start right up. I won't even, maybe I'll choke it once. Nice. All right, let's wash this bugger off. Should have been wearing my earplugs while I was doing that. That pressure washer's stinking loud. A couple of twigs in here I gotta pull out, but you know, this tractor's in awesome shape. What a great little tractor. I remember the day that he bought it, and we all, me and another neighbor and Dale sat around and looked at it, and it was a good day for him because he needs it on that property. The old International that you see in some of the back shots is also Dale's, that I'm working on breathing new life into, and hopefully this winter Jake and I will start putting that tractor back together. We've already freed up the transmission on it, but hopefully we'll get around to doing the motors next and getting it fired up, and we're really hoping to get that back together so it can be a dragger or something, just a fun tractor to drive. So can't wait to see what happens there. I don't know how all this stuff gets in here, but just from rummaging around in the trees. There's a rag in there I forgot about. I'm going to dry that. Maybe put 2 new rags on it. Chuck that over there. And we'll check the oil and do all that stuff too. And just make sure that it's all good. But Dale handles his own service intervals and he knows what he's doing. He was a mechanic still is a mechanic. Was a mechanic professionally in our Canada's military for almost 30 years, so he knows what he's doing with service intervals, and I have no idea what I'm doing with that stuff. So anyway, I'm learning though. That looks good. Sorry about the sun. It's really bright out here today, and I love it, but it's hard to film in. Anyway, this is the flail mower that you've seen me use so many times on the channel. This is probably my favorite piece of equipment that I have access to around here. I mean, we've got a tiller and of course our forks, and then a grapple for this tractor, then the flail mower, blower. So we have a fair share of tools that Dale and I share between the two of us. But this thing has got to be my favorite, and it's just so honking cool. Because it has really allowed me to do the trail network like what I'm doing. And, Dale has just done an incredible job on the property. The huge garden they have and everything down there is just beautiful. And it was all, established with this device. So basically what it is, it's like a drum mower, right? So it's got this drum on it, and then it's got a series of hammers. Now, in looking at these hammers too, they're looking quite beat up. But it is still mowing good. I wonder if it would be worth taking these suckers off at some point in time and grinding them down. Maybe me and Dale will do that over the winter time and show you that. But in any case, I just like to, they are beat up pretty darn good. But it is still mowing, and it's still doing a wonderful job, as you saw in the previous video. If you haven't seen it, go back and look at it. Trailblazing, I think I called that episode 29 and 30, maybe 30, 31, I can't remember. But anyway, go back and look at those. But what a great piece of equipment. And there's chains on the front that keep it from going in and hitting the operator. They don't always work. I got a shot in the eye really badly one day as I was looking back from the cab. A piece came up, hit me in the eye, in the right eye, and it was a few days before I could see properly again. It really scared me. It felt like a massive football player punched me in the eye. It was unbelievable pain. But anyway, so we're going to continue spraying up in here. And as soon as we're done washing out in here, and it's to my liking, I'm going to go around to all the different grease fittings on the flail mower. And I'll also hit the tractor while I'm here too. There's a few grease fittings on the levers and pedals and the loader itself. You have to excuse the fire engines driving by. You'll hear this a little bit in this video. Our local firefighting teams, and I say teams because there's several counties where I live, they're all responding to a fire just a few kilometers down the road here. And they get the water from the river that's in back of my house from an overpass section just up the road. So they are working hard, flying back and forth to make sure that that fire doesn't get out of control and barn fire up the road. So hoping that everybody's okay, and thanks to the fire service for doing what they do. I'm here playing with my tractor, and those men and women are running up and down the road trying to, keep things from being disastrous. Okay, let's fire up the pressure washer again and get where we couldn't reach, and then we'll grease it up. this one. That one took it. And that one took it. Great. Okay, we've greased everything that we can grease, that we can get a hold of here. So now I'm just gonna hit this rail with this blaster stuff. My neighbor loves this stuff. He got me onto this. And this just helps the forks pass easily over the rail here. Just a little bit goes a long way. I think that's it. Maybe just do up a little bit of that. Oh, there's grease fittings down there too. I'll hit those. So I got some Armor All here. Let's see if it just brings back the shine. I just do this as a joke, right? We don't care about these types of things too much. I don't think that's going to bring back the shine at all. Well, no. Maybe a little bit. Actually, it kind of streaked it out more than anything. Gross. All right. Hydraulic fluid? Ooh. Anyway, last time I had the tractor, I had thrown some transmission oil on it. Or it might have been diesel. Just covered it in diesel. And it brought back the shine for a few days. It was pretty funny. It looked pretty nice when I was done it, though. It was pretty funny. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do with that. That's just for gas. Oh, well, I got to do the dash, too, now. Someday, when I have lots of money, I'm going to paint this tractor green and drop it back off at his place. Just with a rattle can. It'll be funny. Dale likes that kind of stuff. He likes a good laugh. All right, New Holland, that's all you're getting. My expensive hydraulic fluid. The king of overkill. Feel like I'm detailing a Porsche or something. The wind is, whoa, just as I'm about to spray it, the wind comes up here. Oh, this is going to be funny. Oh, yeah. Tractor Roadshow. Okay, so once I'm done goofing around with these tires, we're going to go take the flail mower off this tractor. Put his heavy hitch back on for him. And then the tractor is going to be ready for moving those logs. I'm quite sure that's what he's going to get after next week. And I just wanted the tractor to be ready for him. I believe that we are all set to put the flail mower away probably for the year. I don't anticipate that I'll be flailing anymore. And if I do, I can hook it up to my little green for a minute. And I highly expect that he will be done flail mowing for the season this year as well. So I'm going to go over there and put this sucker away for the year, put it to bed. And we'll get the heavy hitch put back on it and leave it over where he parks it so that it's ready for him. So let's do that. Now there's a broken piece of metal here on this plate, but I'm out of welder wire, like flux core right now. I've ordered some, waiting for it to come in. I'm going to take this off and fix that later, and then we'll paint this back to the black again, and make sure. I don't know if I did it or if Dale did it, but it doesn't matter. I'm the one that found it, so I'm going to fix that a little bit later. It's just a cover anyway. It's no big deal, but I like to keep things in tip-top shape. Oops, radio. Jeez, that came off too. All right. Top link's off. If Dale seen me do what I just did, he'd be after me. Can you guess what it is? Put it in the comments if you can guess what it is that I just did that I shouldn't have done, and that maybe someday I'll pay for it. Lower those, we should be able to pull right out of here. Yes, sir. Hey, remember these weights from the flail mowing episode? Stuff I painted green. I'm not sure if you like that or not, but it's okay. He still talks to me, so I assume we're all right. Well, that went really well. How do those tires look? Yeah, that might have been a little bit much putting the tire foam on, but oh well, we're just having fun. At the end of the day, the point is this: if you've got somebody in your life that is good to you and loans you their tools and helps you achieve the goals that you want to achieve, you know, in my case, it's learning how to be a homesteader and learning how to be mechanical and learning how to do, you know, all the things that I want to do around here, and teach my son and my daughter the same stuff. And, you know, because all of this will be theirs someday. Man, if you got somebody in there like that in your life, take care of the stuff that they give you. Take care of their shit. You know, it's not hard. It's respectful. It's all of those things. I always like to give the equipment back just a little bit better than what I gave it. So just maybe a little bit more fuel, full of fuel, washed up, certainly configured the way that they're going to use it next, or what you can anticipate. Or maybe ask them, hey, what are you doing with the tractor after this? I'll get it ready for you. Some way to pay them back other than just, you know, take. I don't know. Does that make any sense? I think it does. That'll do it for today's episode. I know we were just washing and greasing tractors and stuff, but you know, it's worth slowing down and taking care of some of that stuff. And I also wanted you to see the inner workings of the flail mower. I think that device is awesome. And to me, it's so much better than a bush hog. It's just it just does such a great job. Anyway, it's Sunday the rest of the day. I know the girls just radioed me. They're down at the water, hanging out and just doing kind of Sunday things down there. And I want to join them. And I'm going to go scoop up Jakey, get him off the video games for a minute. And we're going to go down and hang out with the dog and them by the water and just enjoy each other's company. So thanks for hanging out with me on this episode of All Things Jonny. Please subscribe, like, share, do all that stuff for me. Really enjoying the feedback that I'm getting, and please leave a comment. I want to know what you think. I want to know what you're thinking and opinions. And hey, if I'm doing something wrong, I'm all about learning. So tell me in the comments what you think I should be doing. Hey, on the next episode, we're going to do a little bit of an update on the sliding door and the electrical and all that in the bedroom. So we're going to go back into renovation mode. We're going to put the siding back on that side of the house. We've got a couple of things to button up and a couple of things to do. Then we're going to get after the ballast box. Then we're going to get after those trees down by the river. We have a lot of work to do here in the next few months, especially with the cold weather coming in. So please stay tuned and turn that bell notification on so you know when I'm uploading new content. Really appreciate every one of you. Take care of one another. Until the next episode, we'll see you then. I should radio down to the girls. You girls all good down there?
Frequency mode.
You girls all good down there? Nobody's answering. That's how good they're doing. See you next time, guys.